News now from the CBS 42 Washington Bureau. Ukraine has now agreed to the core elements of the Trump-brokered peace plan, though both sides still need to hammer out the key details. U.S. officials say the framework marks the most significant movement toward ending the war in a year. Washington correspondent Basil John joins us with the very latest. Good morning, Basil.
Well, David, good morning. And yes, President Donald Trump says that his Ukraine peace plan is now fine-tuned and is now sending envoys to both Moscow and to Kyiv in order to hash out these negotiations.
We're having good talks.
Speaking aboard Air Force One, President Donald Trump called the 28-point proposal a concept, saying the war has proven harder to resolve than expected, but negotiations are moving.
It's a long, complicated process, and very sad because so many people have been killed.
A major sticking point is Trump's push for Ukraine to give up the entire Donbas region, reduce the size of its army, and ensure Ukraine won't join NATO, something many U.S. allies say risks rewarding Russian aggression. Ukraine's president says he's still willing to engage.
I'm ready to meet with President Trump, and there are sensitive points to discuss. We have them still, and we think that the presence of European leaders could be helpful.
Trump says talks will continue, with envoy Steve Witkoff expected to meet Putin next week.
They're going to keep talking. They're talking to Russia now. Steve Witkoff is going over.
European leaders say progress is real, but
it's only if Russia believes we're serious to responding to any violation that this will underpin a lasting peace.
Now, Russia's foreign minister says that the Kremlin still hasn't received the U.S.'s final proposal, but they are waiting for it. Reporting live in Washington, I'm Basil John.
All right, so Basil, what happens to Europe's role in all of this, especially since they were not involved in drafting that original proposal?
And so even though European allies were not involved in the blueprint of these negotiations to have it through, it seems, though, that the projected goal is that the European leaders will still be involved in some of these final talk process to make sure that Ukraine doesn't end up getting a sour deal out of this, and making sure that there is still plenty of ground for Ukraine to stand on without giving too much over to Russia.
Sounds like a lot to hammer out those details. Basil John live in D.C. Thanks so much, Basil.